frankly speaking, Jeff, and good afternoon, Europe. No, a lot of it, I'm sure you're following it, was a rehash. A lot of things had been said before, but the one standout thing, at least for me, and we'll get to the multilateralism in just a bit, was affirmation that no, they will not go to the renminbi and devalue it as an option. And I hear you guys were talking about the tick data falling to six-month lows. That slowing, if not stopping or possibly even selling their treasury holdings, plus devaluation of the renminbi, are the two nuclear options, of course, that Beijing policymakers have to address the situation. So that was a bit of a relief, and I think a lot of people were glad to hear that. But the big thread that you mentioned, that is continuing to wave the flag as a champion of globalization. Very odd to hear from China. On multilateralism, this is what Keqiang had to say. Take a listen.
In such a broad environment, it is essential that we respect each other, embrace inclusiveness, and collaborate on an equal footing. It is essential that we uphold the basic principles of multilateralism and free trade, irrespective of the rooms for improvement for these rules. We believe that these rules have first and foremost benefited the progress of all mankind, and for any existing problems, they need to be worked out through consultation. No unilateralism will offer a viable solution.
You know, so the other interesting parts was one, he intends to maintain a stable currency, stable renminbi, and also intends to pursue, or rather get the PBOC to pursue, prudent monetary policy. Lee also acknowledged that, yes, China's economy is slowing, so there are some issues on that front, but said he would not resort to massive stimulus and would look for other drivers of growth, which leads me to wonder whether or not he's talking about Belt and Road. He did not specify or make that clear. But the comment on not leaning or turning towards massive stimulus suggests a couple of things. One, the situation in a slowing China really isn't that dire, but it does run counter to what we heard yesterday, if you remember, Jeff, the State Council saying that they would be leaning harder or further on fiscal levers to try and support growth in China, speed up or ramp up infrastructure spending. And this is interesting because they've been on a deleveraging drive for the last 3 years or so. Sounds as though that has taken maybe a back seat. And it's the stimulus taps, again, not just fiscal, but also supportive monetary policy.
Hey everybody, it's Hadley Gamble from our new CNBC Middle East Bureau in Abu Dhabi. Thanks for stopping by. Now to watch more, you can try one of the videos that just popped up on your screen. And don't forget to subscribe.